Yo, what's up? We're in a live stream, man. It's been so long since we did this. Last time we did this, I gotta be honest, I got a little beef here because last time, as a lot of you guys know, mid live stream, YouTube just falsely flagged me. The people at Misfits falsely flagged me, and unfortunately, at the end of the day, became, it just became like they did not correct their mistake. I was not able to live stream for weeks. I was very upset about this because the first time I had a lot of fun live streaming, but YouTube messed up. The people at Misfits boxed up, but messed up. I almost said boxed up. What the hell? Because I was watching the KSI fight, not showing any content, but they just banned me anyway. But last night we're gonna just be talking. I didn't have the time to film a video. Last night was pretty crazy. So, so unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunate because I think a live is better. I could talk to some of you guys. I'm not going to do this for a long, just like about the length of a regular video, just so like people could watch it. So yeah, I see a few of you guys already. Just saw Cejudo break down yesterday's event, and he said Jan should leave Thailand and learn to wrestle. I am a Fazia fanboy, but I think if Usman is the champ, his wrestling will be exposed. Thoughts? So Jan is a good wrestler though. Like Jan is underrated in the wrestling department. I mean, he has shown good wrestling, especially in that first Aljamain fight, and even in the second Aljamain fight. I mean, people don't really remember. It wasn't like Aljamain was shooting for double legs. Aljamain had really weird entries, and I think that's what really helped them in the Petr Yan fight. And also, I think just because Petr Yan started slow, I think it really came down to that first round. I think most people agree it came down to the first round. But, I would say that so far, Jan, I don't know why there's not like a lot of chats coming up. I see a lot more on the side. I'm going to get to everything, I promise. But I think he is an underrated wrestler. A lot of people disrespect him in that regard. I mean, who has he gotten really taken down by and dominated? I mean, Aljamain, like I said, it wasn't a takedown necessarily, and he defended most of the takedowns from Merab. But a lot of people are shitting on Merab. I'm here to say, like, I was watching this main event. I was floored. Like, I was like, what am I watching from Merab? Because Merab just showed skills. Like Merab, like I said, I said this in my comment section. I met Merab. There's a video on the channel with Merab. So I kind of didn't want to, I'm not rooting against him anyway. I'm not even being fake. Like, I wasn't rooting against him, but I just thought Jan was going to win. I thought Jan was going to get back on track with this or win. I thought it was a good matchup for Jan. I thought maybe even Jan could get a TKO or KO in the later rounds because sometimes Merab exposed himself. We did see a little bit of him getting caught. So there was that going on. But overall, I thought Merab looked really good. It wasn't the most entertaining, no, but I wouldn't say it was boring. A lot of people are saying it's boring. There wasn't a part where I was like, man, I can't wait for this to be over. I thought Merab really pushed the pace. I was super impressed with his cardio. I feel like I'm running so behind on these chats, but I promise I'll read them all at some point. But I just want to talk about the event a little bit. So, obviously, I thought hot take. I don't know. I want to hear what you guys. Have to say, but I thought this was the best fight night of the year. Obviously we do have the Corey Sandhagen fight night coming up soon. I think that'll be a really good fight night. I gotta see who else is on that card, but this was a good one. He had Krylov Span, which was a main event a couple weeks ago. I didn't think that was a good enough main event. I did a video on that talking about it, so I'm kind of glad it's now in this position. It was just a little spice to the card. Like, I was hooked. This whole main card was really good. Mario Batista also had a really memorable performance. I mean, I remember when he who did he beat? But I can't think of the top of my head, but he's had really good performances as of late. And, I liked his call-out. He had a good call-out. Cody Garbrandt. It annoys me when guys get on the mic. How do you not come up with a person to name? Like, you have, like, a 50% chance more. Okay, now I'm dragging it, not 50%, but you have, like, a 20% more of getting that opponent. If you just call out the name, cut a good promo. People forget that. A lot of this is business. It's a business at the end of the day, the UFC, sadly, in some respects. But in some respects it really shouldn't be, but at the end of the day, it's really, I think the Cody Garbrandt call out, I could see that fight happening. I think Cody is probably on his way out. His performance, it's not like his last performance. Yes, he won and undeniably won, but it wasn't like, oh shit, that was a really fun fight. Like, it seems like if this is the style of Cody Garbrandt now, he's not even fun. Seems like the UFC would probably get rid of him. And I like Cody, so I'm not trying to disrespect. Jan broke my heart. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were rooting for Jan. man, you got to feel bad for Jan. Hold on, I'm going to move my camera because this shit's kind of whack. You got to feel bad for Jan because, you look at his record. He's like, what is he like? He's lost 4 of his last 5 or something. He lost to O'Malley, Aljamain twice, and now this. So, but they're all very, very circumstantial. Like, obviously, the first fight with Aljamain really was not a loss. I mean, who's going to consider that a loss? The second fight with Aljamain, razor close that first round. I thought Aljamain won. The third fight now with Sean O'Malley, another razor close fight. And now this. I know a lot of people, I like the MMA guru I saw going off on Merab. I'm like, come on. I think Merab deserves a lot of credit for this win. Like, what he did, I was, like, impressed. It reminded me a lot of Colby. Him just pushing the pace and things like that. So I was really impressed. I'm going to read a little bit more. Please make a video about Ankalaev. Where is Ankalaev? That's my question. Where is Ankalaev? He basically drew and dipped. But where's Jan? Too, I thought Krylov should have called out Jan. Speaking of which, like another thing with these call outs, call out Jan. What is he doing? Magomed, these guys, they clearly don't know what they're gonna do at the top. This is a perfect way to take advantage. Be like, hey, I'm gonna put my name out there. You got a first round finish. Give me Jan Blachowicz. You got a triangle. Very impressive. Very impressive from Volkov too, getting a win. I didn't think he was gonna win, if I'm being honest. Let me read a little bit more. How does not know how to wrestle? Yeah, he stuffed 40 takedowns and Merab never controlled him. True. Reverse like 30. Yeah, 100%. Like, Jan is an underrated wrestler. I didn't see Henry Cejudo's video. Maybe I'll watch it on stream if you guys really want. But I like Henry Cejudo. I think he's very smart. But I don't think that's the thing. It's just today it's just a bad matchup. I mean, he just really he lost to Aljo. He lost the 2 rounds because of grappling, but the first round really just came down to activity. I think he needs to just step up the activity because he never really threw so much at Merab to get him to respect him. And that's funny because usually Piotr's the one going forward, and you usually have to get Piotr's respect. But Merab was just going forward the whole time. Really rare you ever see Petr Yan going back. That's why I was just floored by his performance, man. And I didn't think it was boring. Good points, thank you. Thoughts on Sayer? Let me see. I'm not tripping. Hold up. I'm sorry, guys. Am I tripping? What are you talking about, Sayer? Oh, Saeed. Oh, yes, we're going to talk about Saeed. Oh, I see. You put the... okay. So, yeah, Saeed... First of all, I thought Saeed won. I tweeted this. Thought round 1 went clearly to Saeed. Round 1... I'm just trying to remember. It's on my head. Round 2 went to Jonathan Martinez. And round 3, I thought went to Saeed. I thought Saeed did enough. And when they said 29-28, I was like, oh, like, that's a wrap. I thought when they read that, I was like, oh, no doubt in my mind. And turns out I was wrong. I was so confident, man, because I even tweeted this. I said, I put like the little like eyes emoji, and I was like plus, what was it? It was like plus 200. Saeed Nurmagomedov by finish, and I was like, holy, like steal of a betting line. So I bet a lot on that, and yeah, it didn't really work out for me. He didn't even win the fight. There was also a really good parlay, but Petr Yan didn't win. It was like Petr Yan, Nikita Krylov, the guy that Alexander Volkov fought against. I don't know why I'm tripping on his name right now. And Saeed, but I guess actually none of them really won in hindsight. But no, I was surprised. They said something about his nose being broken. His cardio usually is. I saw people like shitting on him for his cardio. I thought his cardio and the other fights weren't so bad. I really like Saeed. He's cool because of his striking. I also like Umar. Umar is definitely my favorite out of them. And Saeed isn't related to Habib, but, I like him, though, so I guess you can't really. Even if you picked a fighter that lost, you can still have an accurate prediction as far as how you think the fight will play out. The fighter you predicted to win can still do everything you said they do. Yeah, but I was pretty off. My prediction was pretty off. Like, I expected Petr to be going forward. I even said I thought that Merab would start telegraphing the takedowns because he's going backwards so much. So, yeah, So I thought that was going to happen. I thought it would be more pushing against the cage, Merab against the cage. It was the opposite. It was Petr against the cage. Petr, he looked a little off. He looked like uncomfortable, and you could tell when a fighter is really uncomfortable, or even if you like fighting, just trying, like, you know, throwing awkwardly. I'm trying to think. There was a fight recently that reminded me of this. That was just reaching. Oh my god, I wish I could remember. I don't know. I wish I could remember it. I don't know what it is. But there was recently a fight where the fighter was clearly reaching. Maybe I could go to like UFC, just look, but and he just looked like he wasn't setting up shots. He wasn't comfortable setting up the shots. And it was Volkanovski. Even though Volkanovski did really well in that fight, I thought one of the things was because of the takedown threat, he was afraid of going close, and he kept reaching instead of setting it up with the jab like he usually does. So that was another one that was a little odd. I thought Petr was doing that, and Petr's usually very technical, and it's hard though when a guy is just constantly showing you no respect. Like Merab really impressed me, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind seeing that Merab Aljo fight, which we're going to talk about in a minute. What Dana White said, kind of implying that, hey, if he doesn't fight Aljo, he's getting cut, like, which is pretty insane. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that, but I would love to see that matchup. You know, I've seen them. I went to their gym. There's a video on the channel, and I saw them. Grapple together. To my knowledge, I believe Aljo got the better of the grappling. It was, though, for Aljo's fight. So, maybe Merab wasn't really going so try hard. But kind of interesting there if that it actually has a thing. His cardio is crazy. I agree. Where's your neck, Jack? Just bullying at this point. Like, come on, What you talking about? Agree with the best fight night so far this year. Main fights were solid. Yeah, the main card fights. It was like I felt like it was a pay-per-view. Like I was so intensely watching this thing, and I love the UFC. And I always usually, but the Apex, man, is just not it. Like these Apex cards, honestly, yeah. Like I don't understand why don't they just go to these like theaters? These like you can go like the Hulu. I mean, the Hulu theater I think is a little excessive for a fight night. At that point, I think you might as well go to like Brooklyn or Long Island. But like the Hulu theater in New York. For those of you guys that don't know, that holds like 4,000, I believe. And there's other theaters, of course, everywhere else that you could also go to, in my opinion. Let's see. Where were we? Oh, 3 of them are split. I don't know what that means. No one thinks O'Malley won. I thought O'Malley won. But close. I think it's really close. I think some people kind of gas how not close it was, like as if it was definitely not robbery, like 100%. O'Malley, I thought won live, and I rewatched it. I thought he won, but I don't blame people who think that Petr won. It really just depends how you score the fight. He gatekeeps for Aljo. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like that's the problem. Is it's not necessarily like at first I was kind of like and let's just get into this. Merab from the get go. Clearly obviously is like, hey, I don't want to fight Aljo. And it's unfortunate for him. I mean, and it's real for Aljo. And I mean, as a friend, undeniably, okay, yeah, it's cool for both of them. It just comes to a point where I think one of them have to switch weight classes. Aljo, if he switches to featherweight, he's a real ass dude because he is actually going to go up to Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski would destroy Aljo. Just from his last fight, Aljo's 5'7". Most of the featherweights now are like 5'11". So you can only imagine. People are cutting more and more weight, and I'm just curious what the future is going to look like for other divisions. Like, I feel like featherweights back then are now bantamweights. You even see like Cub Swanson and Frankie Edgar. They were, well, not Frankie Edgar anymore now. He does a fight, but they were bantamweights because I don't know if it's just more people learning how to cut weight better. But yeah, I don't know what it's going to look like in the future, but that's just a side note. So I think, but the problem with them is none of them are really big. I think if anyone's going to go to featherweight, it should be Aljo. Aljo looks bigger. Merab looks like the normal guy there, but I think he would lose at the featherweight division. I don't know who. I mean, you got Max Holloway there. You got killers at the featherweight division. Killer at bantamweight. I would like to see, in an ideal world, though, I would just like to see Aljo keep at bantamweight. But I think Aljo will probably leave within the year. Maybe after Cejudo fight, he'll leave. But my thoughts on this, like I said, I respect it. It sucks It sucks for both guys because I feel like it's on Merab. I feel like Merab, I think Merab is like, hey, you made it to the belt first. I'll move weight classes. I'll adjust to you. I don't think Aljo should adjust to him. Like, if Aljo loses the belt, then go in and go for grabs. In an ideal world, I guess what's wrong with him fighting and keep fighting other dudes, but the problem with that is you're going to, like, what's the point of making, like, Petr Yan and him is a good matchup because no matter who Petr Yan fight, whoever Petr Yan was going to fight, it wasn't going to give him a title shot. So, okay, I get it. But who is he going to fight next? Merab? Corey? If he beats Vera? And then if he beats Corey, you don't have a contender because he's going to just take up a spot. That's the problem. But let me keep looking. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. He gatekeeps for Aljo. I thought, Saeed should have won. Yeah, I think most people thought Saeed. I haven't seen anybody that was like, oh, Jonathan Martinez. I really was convinced. I wouldn't say it's a robbery. You guys know my philosophy on robberies, but I rarely call anything a robbery. But yeah, I was pretty convinced. Yeah, I thought he won all 3 rounds, but it seems like most of you guys think though Martinez reacted like he just won the belt. Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, I'm sure it was a big deal for him beating Nurmagomedov. Let's see. I see some chats popping up here, but they're not popping up on my thing. Like, they're popping up on my screen, but not popping up on... Well, you guys don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about because you guys can't see what I'm seeing. He needs to change or learn more styles and move down to flyweight. He's too small for 135 to all the bigger competitors. Yeah, I always thought, how would Jan do at flyweight? Because Jan isn't a big dude. I think he can make flyweight. If I were to guess, he definitely looks smaller than Aljo. And Aljo's really big, though, so that isn't saying much. But, yeah, I think he can make flyweight. I wonder if Merab can make flyweight. Or I don't know if you're saying that Merab should make flyweight. I don't think Merab should make flyweight because your cardio is just going to go down. Clearly, his best attribute is that cardio. So I don't think the move for him is go down. I don't think any of these guys, like, clearly, it's sad because it isn't like one of those things where clear cut, like, okay, this guy can move to this division and that guy can move to this division. I think Bantamweight is both their best division and where they're both going to succeed, unfortunately. Like, it's not like a Max Holloway, but let's just say he was friends with Volkanovski. Max Holloway going to lightweight, I think, is a good idea. That's not so big of a deal, but this is a bigger deal because I feel like they would both have troubles if they moved weight classes. So, yeah, I think, but Jan, I think that'd be an interesting matchup, him and Moreno. I think I would pick Moreno, though. With the weight cut and... I think the cardio might be tampered with there. And obviously Moreno could mix it up. Moreno has a really good chin. Yeah, he meant Jan. Yeah, I think Jan. I assumed he meant Jan, but and someone put something here. In ideal world, I'd like to see Aljo be the first man to die in the octagon. I think I know why that didn't pop up on my screen. I was saying that chat for some reason I didn't read it until now. But yeah, I think I have a reason why YouTube flagged that one. So let's see. Yanni's go 125. Yeah, someone else says that. Not a bad idea. But I feel like Jan is the type of guy to look at that as like quitting in a way. Like, I think Jan is like, oh, that's an easy way out. I don't know Jan that much. Obviously, I don't even think he speaks English, but I feel like he's just that guy that would kind of looks at it as quitting. So I feel like his ego might not let him. But yeah, I could definitely see that going down. You think he beats Vera? Yeah, I think he beats Vera. Just because Vera is like one of those dudes that just pull everything out from behind. Like, he's just like, yeah, let me just, like you saw Frankie Edgar doing pretty well in the beginning. I think Marlon would have probably won that fight because I think he was going to win the second and third. And then he gets that front kick to solidify that. Dominic Cruz, I think he was winning every round. I don't remember off the top of my head. Don't crucify me, but I'm pretty sure he won every round up until that fourth round where he got knocked out. It wasn't like dominant, but I think it was like 3-0 going in the fourth. So you can have that. Marlon Vera just is a guy that pulls finishes out of nowhere. But when you look, and Rob Font, Rob Font was one of those things where he just kept getting knockdowns. But if you look at the fight, if there was like no knockdowns, Rob Font won the fight. But obviously, still, he got those knockdowns. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. So, I think Petr will be able, to do the damage and seal the deal and get a decision. over Marlon Vera. He just has to survive. I mean, the guy pulls finishes out of nowhere. Petr Yan somehow found himself in a Cody Garbrandt island after winning the title. Yeah, for real. Both guys, it's like a bantamweight curse. It's like a bantamweight curse. You win the title, and that's just it. You mean, man, I see so many posts on Twitter. What if he never threw that knee? Like, where would he be? I mean, I would love to see a 5-round fight with O'Malley and Yan for the title. That would be interesting. So, I'm sorry, I'm just reading, guys. Okay. Rob on that good EPO. I saw some people, I don't know if he's on EPO. You know? I'm not trying to be like a hater. I mean, I guess I'm not being a hater, I'm being the opposite, but I mean, some people are just gifted with the really good cardio. You know? And don't mind, you know. Like, he might just be gifted with godly cardio. I mean, I'm not like an expert, so I don't want to say anything. Vera would say he's sneaky. Yeah, Vera and him were supposed to fight. I think it was August. Oh, it was instead of Cruz, I think Vera was supposed to fight Yan. But good thing Yan didn't take it, man. That O'Malley, I mean, well, in hindsight, he probably should have took it because the O'Malley fight, I think he has a better chance of beating, stylistically, I think he has a better chance of beating Vera. So I guess he should have took that fight in hindsight, but it was bigger name if he would have won. You think that Francis is just a legit martial artist, or is he just or is he just that big and freaking strong, and that's why he can compete as a fighter without actually having skills? If he has some skills, which would be some. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've been saying, I think skill for skill, like someone like John Jones or any of the fighters, a lot of those fighters beat Francis. It's just that one-shot knockout power. You know, and some people are very delusional about Francis. Like, I get saying you like Francis, and, you know, I don't hate Francis either. You know, I don't want to make it sound like I'm a big-ass hater of Francis, but it's just, like, clearly skill for skill. Like, at the end of the day, the guy throws hard in the first round, and then in the second round, he just gasses, you know, or whatever. Like, I remember even the second Stipe fight, I said this in my recent video, he's like, he did nothing in the first round, and he's gasping for air just because of all the muscles that he has, you know, but he's just so strong and has so much, I mean, his knockout power, you actually have to put into perspective how hard, like, some his punches are as hard as some people's kicks. That's what's crazy. Like, what really put this in perspective is I watched Wonderboy's new video with Aljamain, and he did like that kicking power cube. They were kicking it, and one of the guys were like kind of equivalent to Francis Ngannou's punch. I'm like, God damn, like a full-on kick, like just generated from a punch. But that's besides the point. Still, he's just been gifted genetically, and obviously, you know, I think he had like, you know, he's just also fucking strong as shit. But yeah, his punch is hard as hell. And yeah, I think skill for skill, I mean, his wrestling, you know, he held, I mean, it's not like I feel like he could have probably have submitted Cyril Gane if he was a little bit better. I think, you know, he had I think Cyril Gane made tons of mistakes in that fight. Francis was just able to take advantage. I mean, he got taken down by Cyril. I think the question is, can John avoid the shot? Because hypothetically, Francis could just blitz in there like he did with Jairzinho and just hit him, you know, and then the fight's over, and who gives a shit about John Jones? You know, like that's just how it could go, and I think that's Francis. I think Francis, and I feel like I keep getting off topic. That's why I don't like doing live streams sometimes, but sometimes, you know, maybe you guys like this. I think Francis, if he was to fight John, his approach should be like kind of patient, like how he did with Stipe, but also intelligently, like I call it like intelligently pressure, like blitz, like kind of like Wonderboy blitzes, but do it every like 90 seconds or so, a minute 90 seconds or so. Go in, just blitz, and then calm down. You know, regain your stamina. I think that's the best way to do it. Uppercuts, of course, train uppercuts because he's gonna shoot for a takedown. So, you know, momentum, whatever. Like Curtis Blades. I was so shocked, Curtis Blades, that knockout. when that happened. I read that one. Merab looked like he could have went another 5 rounds, either gifted with God level of stamina or, like, I mean, some people like that. Who are some people like Kobe? Good guy for that. I mean, the thing is, like, wrestlers, it is strange because Merab is a wrestler, and usually, like, wrestlers get tired on the feet, I find, and strikers get tired on the ground because they're just not familiar with it. I mean, yes, Merab, I said in my breakdown video, Merab has been working more on his takedown, I mean, on his striking, rather, and you saw that, I think, in this fight. He was only really catching, though, Jan really in the last round, but I was impressed. I think a lot of people are shitting on it. Like, I saw the MMA Guru absolutely shitting on Jan. I mean, rather on Merab. I thought Merab's performance was good. I mean, I think he said it was good too, but a lot of people are saying it's boring. I didn't think the fight was boring necessarily. He has had some boring fights, let's be real. The Jose Aldo fight. At the end of the day, yes, he did what he had to do, but, you know, no one's claiming that's a barn burner, and I don't think Merab would either. So, thoughts on Chael saying he knows LeBron's EPO guy. You know, hook me up. No, I'm kidding. I was debating the other day if LeBron was on steroids or not. There's a picture of LeBron so different from what he used to look like, you know, when he was, like, younger, you know? Like, he looks so different. Let's see. Rob looks like he's straight out of the Lord of the Rings. Holy, that's foul as shit, but I'm not going to comment, but that's foul as shit. That means I laughed. That means I think it's funny. It's foul, but oh my god, I'm actually still laughing about it. Need new haircut. I'm actually getting a haircut soon, so you're welcome. Merab dominated OMG. What a fight! Yeah, I agree. Is the live gonna stay on YouTube or not? Yeah, it's gonna stay on YouTube. The last time I think if you're asking, because the last time it didn't stay on YouTube because Misfits Boxing, KSI himself, claimed it wrongfully, and YouTube claimed it wrongfully. And I know you guys might not have YouTube and you guys might not stream, but what it says is like, hey, like, you know, we're gonna, you know, you're not allowed to stream. They didn't take my monetization, luckily, but they were like, oh, well, you're not gonna be able to stream for it was like till like April, I think 20 something, or April 14th. It was like 4 months. A 4-month suspension or 3-month suspension. And I was like, bro, I didn't show anything. And I was tight because I couldn't finish the fights. I couldn't finish UFC. I couldn't finish anything. And it was all wrong. They took 2 weeks to clear it up. I was so fucking annoyed. And I was mad annoyed. And I just feel like I just did a survey with YouTube. It's like, if they had better, like, communication, I think a lot, because YouTube, I think the Studio app tells you a lot of information. Like, I study a lot of the data to, like, see what you guys like and things like that, to really try to pay attention to that. They do really good in giving you information. It's just when you communicate with them and they make mistakes. You know, luckily I haven't had too many problems. It's really been my only problem, but I am pretty new. Like, I've only been doing this 6 months or so. But yeah, I haven't really had any problems other than that. But let me not talk about that because you guys want to hear me talk about MMA, not about my YouTube drama. What do you think about Mighty Mouse Johnson? How good is he in your opinion? And is he pound for pound in your eyes? Because I think he is the most underrated out of there, bro. Yeah, 100%. I love Mighty Mouse because Mighty Mouse is such a nice dude, and he just got screwed by the UFC, and I feel bad for him. And I mean, I just feel like, you ever hear him talk about like what he's like when he says he's not a pay-per-view draw, like I just feel like fucking hugging him, you know. I'm like, damn, son, I feel bad. But no, I what was your question again? Oh yeah, no, I fuck with Mighty Mouse. I made one of my Q&As, I said that he was the most underrated fighter, so I agree with your take there. Pound for pound right now, where would you rank him? It's kind of hard. Because he just lost that not that long ago, and then he avenged the loss, though. So, it's hard. Let's see after his performance in May. I think he's definitely in the top 15 if we're going to compare him to UFC fighters, though. Like, I would love to see, I mean, the flyweight division's at all-time high. I mean, I wonder how he would do now. Like, prime DJ versus prime Moreno, Figueiredo, you know, Kaikara France, those type of guys at the top. Oscar Askarov, which didn't Askarov retire, or am I tripping? Merab got out wrestled by a boxer. He only has a pace. I want to say, did he, I want to say he necessarily got out-wrestled. I wouldn't say that, but I think that's a stretch. Really dig your channel. Keep it up. You seem like an intelligent, thoughtful young man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support. It means a lot. And yeah, you know, I originally wasn't going to do a video. I wasn't going to do anything, but I was literally sitting here at like 9. I posted like 30 minutes beforehand. I was like, oh, no video. I didn't have time yesterday. I couldn't do the video. And I was bummed, man. I've uploaded like every day for like a month. So I was like, damn, I'm really going to break my streak. And I was just sitting here sad. And I was like, man, should I do a live stream? And I was like, should I go back to bed or do a live stream? And I was like, you know what? For you guys, I'll do the live stream. So thank you for the words. It means a lot. And definitely encourages me to keep going. Based. Jan made the mistake of trying to keep the fight in the center. He should have trained more with his back on the fence and clinch and knees, elbows, guillotine submissions, heavy grappling. I 100% agree. And like I said, he, similar to me, I expected Jan to be going forward because that's usually how he fights. You know, we see like with Deontay Wilder specifically, like when he was pushed backwards by Fury, he wasn't used to it. So he is like, what the hell? And I think something maybe similar happened with Jan. He's not used to going backwards. When's the last time you saw Jan really go backwards? He went backwards a few times in the O'Malley fight. But other than that, you usually use the one pressing the action, going forward, deciding the pace. I think one of the commentators actually put it perfectly. I don't remember who said it, but usually Jan's the one that dictates the pace. Now Merab is, and that was a lot of his problem. And yeah, I 100% agree. He definitely should have trained fence. You know, I think he should have. I just think he's. You know what? To circle back to like one of the first comments someone said on the stream, Henry Cejudo said to switch camps. I don't know if it's necessarily for wrestling, but maybe you should try to work because clearly he's not learning. He is making the same mistakes. The reason the first Aljo fight was close, he was slow. Every fight he starts super slow. It's a 5-round fight, and then you can't complain, in my opinion, about judging and being like, oh, it's a robbery when you're going so slow in the beginning. Of course it's going to be close. You know, so I think he really needs to work on his output. He seems to have good cardio. I don't know what his problem is, but I agree with your take. Yeah, I think you definitely should have worked more on those things. Definitely worked. I just think most people, I didn't expect it, you know, and I mean, I'm not trying to say I know more than, you know, Jan or his coaches, but they probably weren't expecting it either. You always have a W takes, especially compared to Lucas Tracy or Guru. Who's Lucas Tracy? That guy sounds familiar, but I appreciate it though. This is my first live stream. I'm listening at work. Hey, I hope work is doing good. For you, who is it? Lucas? I think I know him. Well, not know him personally, but you know, I'm just looking it up right now. Lucas Tracy, MMA. Fuck. Oh yes, I do know him. I appreciate it. I never watched him though, so that was kind of a blue balls. I don't know if he has bad takes or not. Guru has some good takes. I just feel like sometimes like his take on Merab I thought was terrible. Like saying like I thought Merab won. Like you can't be like, oh, Merab just won because he had better cardio as an excuse and act like that's not, he won the fight. Like that's like me saying like, oh, Ngannou only won because he punched the guy. Like that doesn't make sense. That's just my take. I think Merab set a pace that's incredibly hard to keep up with. You know, most people run out of breath going up the stairs, like let alone last 25 minutes. So and doing all that. Edwards or Usman in the third. I'm going to be doing a prediction video later, but I'll give you guys the scoop because you guys are here. I'm going to pick Leon. I think Leon had all the odds stacked against him last time out, and I had this in my notes to talk about, but I didn't expect so many viewers, if I'm being honest. So I appreciate you all asking questions and keeping the live stream going. I was planning to do like a 20-minute stream. I thought no one would be here, but love you all. But yeah, no, thank you. But Edwards, I pick Edwards. Edwards had all the odds stacked against him. He went to the U.S. He obviously went somewhere with high altitude. Not used to it. Clearly, I think gassed because of that. Did really well the first round. And he still managed to get the knockout. Knocked Usman out cold. So I think we're going to see... you know, and I hate saying this, because every time I've said this, I've been wrong. So should I say it? Should I curse Leon? Because I will say, so Valentina Shevchenko, I said she's going to have a really great performance. Like I expected, like Max Holloway, Calvin Kattar, not as good, like not as like beaten. Like I'm not saying in terms of damage, but as terms as like dominant, being like like as us being like shit, like that's a really good performance. I said it about Jan going into this one. Complete opposite. It was Merab. I felt like saying it about Leon, but then I don't want to curse Leon. My question to you guys is who I was thinking about this the other day. Who would you guys rather be the champion? And not in terms of like, I favor this fighter. Who do you think would make more interesting matchups? Because Edwards is a fresher champion. But Usman also, I think I dig Usman in the way that he's like pound for pound #1. I buy into that. Well, not anymore. He probably wouldn't be anymore. But just how dominant he is, just because he's like really good. I wouldn't mind seeing him go against Hamzat. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think would be interesting to stay as champ? But yeah, I'm gonna go Edwards. Now we have it in his home country. The confidence is up. He knows he could beat. He knows he could beat Usman even in terrible conditions like that. And it's in his home country. I don't know if I said that already, but it's in his home country. He's got the crowd around him. He's gotten 10 times more popular since then. I think it all leans on Leon's favor. I'm pretty confident in Leon winning. I almost picked Leon last time. I picked Leon in the beginning of the year, and I actually said left high kick. I predicted I was going to knock him out, and then I changed it the day before, and I was like, yeah, I think Usman, in all fairness, I did change it. And I thought Usman was going to win. But I thought it was going to be close. It wasn't really close. And Leon won. So I was wrong on both, of course. Can't just be right. Do you also do any sports like MMA or ping pong, whatever? I just like the ping pong thrown in there. Like I said, I do jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing. No, I wouldn't say. I mean, I play the occasional basketball, but that's it. I'm not really that good at it, though, if I'm going to be honest. Daylight saving needs to be abolished. Time to smoke that, for real. Like, I was not ready. Like, that actually is part of the reason why, I'm not going to lie, that I didn't make a video. I came home at 4 a.m. because of the fucking daylight savings. Like, I was out, Saturday night, just chilling. Came home at 4, and I was like, I knocked out, and then I woke up early, and then I was like, should I? I was like, I can't film a video. Like, I look exhausted. And then I was like, I'll do a live stream. So yeah, so blame daylight savings. I agree, because then I would have had an extra hour to make the video, and I probably would have had it out. But actually, everything happens for a reason. I like live streaming here. I might do this more. Maybe every Sunday we'll live stream in the morning. Henry Cejudo versus Mighty Mouse 2 would be great. 3, but yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Ideally, I feel like they're like Rocky and Apollo Creed, in the gym with that trilogy. Fiziev beats Justin, yeah, undoubtedly. I 100% agree. I think Gaethje's over. And I hate when people say, because I feel like it's such recency bias, but just the way he got dropped by Oliveira, I just have a bad feeling. I don't really like Justin Gaethje that much, though, if I'm being honest. Not to be a dick. If you guys want me to go into it, I'll go into it, but why I don't like him. And it's why I don't like a lot of some other fighters. But I also prefer stand-up fighters, so Leon could make for a more interesting matchup, but I still think Usman is a better fighter, so I prefer Usman to be champ, just out of one of those two, of course. Yeah, I think we're going to see who's a better fighter. I wouldn't go out and say, hey, Leon is the worst fighter, just yet. Like, let's see the third one. Let's see what happens, because I think Leon will surprise a lot of people. And I'm curious to see Kamaru's mental state going into this one. Kamaru seemed like handle the loss well at first. It seemed like he was doing a little too much. If you ask me, it seemed like he was overcompensating. Like, oh, hey, I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. Just because I got knocked out, I'm fine. Kind of, I don't want to say in denial, but seemed to be doing so much just to make us think that he was doing okay. But regardless, I'm curious to see his thought process going into this one. I'm curious to see what's the word? I'm curious to see, because he hasn't done any interviews, and I guess Kamaru isn't really a guy that's so vocal going into fights. I guess he's not trash talking so much. I felt like in the Leon Edwards fight, the last one, there's a lot of him talking a lot of shit, but maybe he's like, hey, let me figure out. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, stand-up fighters, obviously, probably. But But the thing is, Leon isn't too, if you look at his other fights, none of them are dragging him out wars, or he's not, like, like, he's a very kind of like Adesanya type, not in terms of skill, but in terms of, like, action that happens. I feel like they have the same amount of action in their fights. I agree. I can't see how Usman can do better than he did in the last fight with everything in his favor, but Leon can be way better and has all the skill sets to beat him. Without altitude, he'll be on his game. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. I'll say why I don't like Justin, but in a second, because I see a comment. I see a lot of you guys saying yes, so I'll get into that in a second. With that altitude, he'll be on his game. Yeah, I agree. I think Usman had his best chance last time and he still lost, just because of that. And I think we'll see. I think we'll see that coming up. Thank you for the donation, Sam. Next Twitter space, if you get away with it, would you hunt down people that have wronged you in your life so you can cut their ears off and make a necklace out of them? Yeah, you can have your $5 right now. I'm kidding. So, let me read this one again. Next Twitter space. Oh, okay, so you want to know when's the next Twitter space? I don't know, maybe soon. I did a Twitter space a few weeks ago if you guys didn't check it out. But I have more of a fan base here, so probably will just do streams here. So, yeah, I appreciate the donation, though. Thank you very much. Yeah, I probably would... who are some people that... I'm trying to think... I'm a very peaceful guy, What's up, Peter? My man, I was wondering if you were going to tune in. I was wondering... before I streamed, I was like, oh, you're usually like the first one. I was like, you might pop in. I'm trying to think, who would I hunt? Maybe Islam for beating Charles. Man, I was sad Charles lost. I was so sad, yo. But thank you for the $5. I'm a very peaceful person. I don't have many grudges. Honestly, it takes a lot to piss me off. I'm very easygoing, but I guess who doesn't say they're easygoing? I really don't get pissed about anything. But speaking about getting pissed is a perfect segue. Why am I? Please, well, first, I'll answer the rest. I just want to jump to the Justin Gaethje thing because I see a lot of you guys. I feel like you guys are gonna get annoyed if I don't answer this because I teased you guys a lot when I was like, instead of just saying it, I was like, oh, I'll tell you, like, we're leading up to it. Why don't I like Justin Gaethje? I don't like. There's certain fighters, things that make me lose respect for a fighter, and I like Conor still, but something that made me drop a lot of respect for him was when and he even apologized after. He celebrated, I want to say, I don't know whose loss it was. Someone lost. I think it was Tony. Tony Ferguson lost to Diaz. And he celebrated his loss. I don't like when fighters celebrate another fighter's loss. Like, obviously, if you're the fighter, okay, that beats the fighter. I get that, of course. But, like, Justin Gaethje, I remember he celebrated Conor losing against Dustin the second time. And I loved Justin before that. And I think hate maybe is a strong word. Oh, no, I don't think I said hate. I said don't like. I just lose respect. Like, it's just like, dude, like, why are you going to kick someone when they're down? I don't respect that at all. I have a lot of respect for fighters. Maybe too much respect. Maybe that's why. But that's why I don't like Justin Gaethje. I thought it was a low. I just think it's a low thing to do. Just because, especially, like, Justin Gaethje's not undefeated either. Like, he lost to Poirier. Like, like, why, I don't get it. Please do a video on Mighty Mouse. I have a video talking about why he's underrated, a Q&A video if you want to check that out, and Ankalaev. I'll do a video on Ankalaev this week because I am curious. I was thinking, like, where the hell is this guy? Where is him? Where is Jan? I'm going to sit up a little bit. Where's Jan? Where are any of these guys? Justin went from boogeyman to exciting fighter, if that makes any sense. Yeah. A lot of hype when he first came in. I mean, he had like a main event in his like debut, but I just feel like he's becoming a joke just because of his... And I feel like to an extent it is disrespectful. He lost to Oliveira. The reason I think he's done isn't because he's lost. It's because of the way that he got knocked down. I feel like old Gaethje wouldn't have gotten knocked down like that. Because, let's be honest, I mean, I love Charles, but I don't think he's, like, that hard-hitting of a dude. The floor, Justin Gaethje. Especially from, like, the clinch. I mean, I feel like saying from the clinch is taking it away. There wasn't exactly in the clinch, but... What do you think, Giga? What do you think of Giga versus Bryce Mitchell? Did that get announced? Or are you just saying that I'm going to check. This is breaking news, but... Giga, yeah, I don't mind that matchup. I'd probably have to favor Bryce Mitchell, just because we saw obviously Calvin Kattar get takedowns. To be fair though, Giga probably wasn't expecting takedowns when it came to Calvin Kattar, but I'd probably go with Bryce Mitchell. Sup, Walter? I already said what's up. Danish ears. To think Jan was supposed to be the bantamweight GOAT, lol. But my brother called me crazy for picking Merab. Yeah, I mean, I thought that Merab. I said I thought it was gonna be close. I thought Merab would mix in takedowns, get some control. I thought Petr wouldn't be down for long, but I thought he'd be able to, rack up some takedowns. I did predict that we'd get a lot of takedowns, but I thought it'd be like against the fence, just kind of control, just kind of like an argument after of like, hey, like, are we counting damage? Like, when people say, oh, is it damage or control? The classic, like, every MMA nerd is like, damage, like fucking getting mad, wagging their finger about this and that. Like, I expected that to happen after the fight, but I thought it would be close, but I didn't expect 50-45. Dominant as shit. But yeah, you're definitely a GOAT for picking Merab. Like, that's definitely one of the biggest flexes right now. I'll be like, oh yeah, I picked Merab. Do you think Jan joins Garbrandt and Barao in the decline bantamweight circle? No. Just because, let's be real, it's hard to say because there are some delusional Petr Yan fans, and Twitter especially, that are just in denial, discrediting Merab. Okay, like, making an argument, Sean fight, the Aljo fight was close. Obviously, the DQ, I'm not even going to talk about that, but those fights were close. You could be like, hey, even if you want to say robbery, I don't give a fuck. Fine, say robbery. I don't think it was robbery either of those times. Even if I disagree with the decision, I'm not saying it's a robbery just because it's a close fight. It was close. But I don't think he's going to decline just because he faced the top of the division. You know what I mean? I think he beats Vera. Like, let's look. Let me look. I wouldn't mind Figueiredo on him. I've been saying that, though. That would make a really good fight. UFC ranking. And maybe they would give him a test, see how he would do it at like a flyweight, against a flyweight. But Davis Figueiredo's a big dude. So we have Petr Yan probably going to go to 4 after this. He's got Font. I think he beats Font. Him and Cruz would be an interesting matchup. No way that wouldn't go to the distance. Yeah, him and Cruz wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Both coming off losses. Yeah, so I wouldn't mind seeing that. Tell me what you guys think of that one. I was just looking at the rankings, so no, but I think I think I don't know who would win that because that's so. Because the thing is that Jan's best weapon is those pressure, but Dominic has really good movement. So I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to say, oh, Dominic's washed, this and that, because he got KO'd by Vera, but he was doing pretty good against Vera up until that point. Nikita Krylov, for me, is the dark horse to win the title at the end of the year or early next year. What do you think? What do you think? I think you should fight Ratchik or the winner of Smith versus Walker. Like I said, you missed it in the beginning. I said he should have called that Jan Blachowicz or Magomed. He should have said. I think he should have stuck with Jan. He's the bigger name. Be like, Jan Blachowicz, where you at? This and that. Let's do a fight night. Not even do the scream like that. Just be like, oh, what about fight night? End of June, early July. Let's get this. Yuri Prohaska, Jamal Hill, probably August, September around there, according to Yuri. Hopefully Yuri's not rushing that, but maybe he gets it. Maybe he can even be a backup if he wins the Jan fight. Call out Jan. I think he could have gotten Jan if he called Jan. Makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that fight anyway. But the first round finish of triangle, nonetheless. I think Gaethje gets outclassed by Fiziev next week. He's too basic for Fiziev. One thing is just the calf kicks, dude. That Gaethje has the leg kicks. He has really good leg kicks. But yeah, I think Gaethje is going to get hurt. I could see Fiziev, doing nasty things to Gaethje. Do you think Abbas Magomed will be a title contender? He lives and trains in Germany like me. Well, hello from Germany. Let me see. Let me look him up. Sometimes I'm not good with names, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, hold up. I gotta look him up here. Magomedov. Oh, I do know. Oh my god, yeah, I do know who he is. how could I fucking forget him? Like I said, I'm just bad with names. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, his debut obviously was really fucking, like, holy shit. Like, that dude looked like a world beater out there. But at the same time, it's your debut. Let's see how he does. It's a little early to call. But, yeah, he definitely looked fucking good. Your thoughts on Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia? I want to do a video on this. I think I did a video on this a long time ago. Before I even had, I think I had like 20 subs when I did the video. But yeah, my thoughts, I would say, I have a lot of, so I always kind of talk crap on Ryan Garcia, and I don't know if it's because he's very mainstream and a lot of casuals dick ride the shit out of him thinking he's the next dude. And you'll never hear that again from me, though. I was just trying to reference it just because I have immense respect, because it was Ryan that wanted this fight. Not saying that Tank was trying to avoid it. I think Tank looks at it as an easy fight. But Ryan was really advocating. Ryan was like, hey, I'll fight. He was willing to fight in January. Like, Davis could talk all this and that. I haven't seen the press conferences. So I don't know if... I assume Gervonta Davis is talking shit what I've seen. I saw him, like, try to punch Davis. Not really, though. I saw him that he was talking shit a little bit. But he was the one that had a warm-up in January. Garcia was like, hey, I'm just going to wait, like, whenever you're ready, let's do this. And he was like, hey, and it's really going to show, like, you see, Fury and Usyk, which hopefully the fight goes down. I don't think it will go down April 29th, which is my birthday. But it's so funny because I never did a video on that because with boxing, and as soon as I hear anything, I'm just assume the fight's not happening. Like, I used to love boxing, but Jesus. But no, these guys, respect, because they both have a lot on the line. They're both undefeated. Ryan Garcia, if he loses to Davis, it could be a bad thing for him. But respect. And I think most people are going to see, even if Ryan Garcia loses, I think he'll gain a lot of respect because he went in there, risked it all. I'm going to be rooting for him and I was never really that much of a Ryan Garcia fan. Like I said, I criticized him a lot, but I respect him a lot. I think Jan will be okay. I don't see anyone being able to keep up with the pace after stuffing 38 takedowns and getting up every time. Yeah, it was tough. I mean, that's what I'm saying is, like, I feel like Rob. I don't think I finished my sentence, but Aljo and O'Malley, close fights. Don't discredit Merab. Merab was just a bad matchup for him. Clearly was the better fighter, and that's just that. It was a better matchup. And so you don't have to discredit him necessarily. I'm not saying that you are per se, but some people are on Twitter discrediting him specifically. Who do you think will win in Pereira Izzy 2? I got Pereira. I picked Izzy last time, but I also said I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Pereira won. Pereira is 3-0 against him. I feel like we've seen now that Pereira can knock him out at any point. Statistically, like, if we're talking statistics, I feel like the odds are quite literally in Pereira's favor. Like, Pereira has proven that he can beat him 3 times. He has the confidence going into this one. It almost sucks. I don't want to say I hope Izzy wins because I'm not a fan of either necessarily. Not that I don't like any of them. It's just, I'm not a fan of many fighters. Like, most of them I'm kind of like, whatever happens, happens. There's a few of them I am, and then I get stressed. Like, leading up to the fight, I'm like, oh my God, like, what's going to happen? Like Charles Oliveira, but Pereira Izzy 2. Yeah, I picked Pereira. I think the odds, but it just sucks because Izzy's obviously, I think, the better well-rounded champion, and I'm more curious to see how he goes. But at the same time, maybe middleweight needs a breath of fresh air, and it kind of sucks because I think Pereira's gonna beat Izzy and then just move up to light heavyweight. So I think I'd rather just Izzy beat him, Pereira maybe get a top contender at light heavyweight, and then compete for the belt if he wins. I think that's probably the best case scenario. He could be like, the weight cut was the issue, and then everything's good in the hood. Feel me? Let's see. I think the issue, though, is that Jan's style is slow at the start, and Rob capitalized early. He never let him off the hook. Exactly what I was saying. He didn't throw anything to get Merab off of him because he's just not a high output fighter. He's a guy that downloads information, but the problem with that is he's also not like a knockout puncher. That's the problem with him. If he was like a knockout artist, okay, then you're finding your shot, and then you land the shot like Marlon Vera. Marlon Vera always finds the finish, and I guess you could say he's loading information like he did with Dominic Cruz. He gets those finishes, but Piotr really doesn't. Piotr finished Jose Aldo, but that was in the 5th round. So, when was the last time he finished somebody? He almost knocked. I mean, he really rocked O'Malley, though. I wish Merab and Aljo would fight. I love this. I love to see that style of matchup. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like actually, I really love that matchup. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. The Merab Aljo fight. Like I said, I did have the privilege, and I don't like to, because I feel like I'm saying this so much that it's like flexing or like I'm just giving it. But when I saw them like roll, it's on the channel. You guys can check it out. But when I saw them roll, I thought Aljo got the better of it. If memory serves me right. I think it might be on his YouTube as well. But yeah, I think Aljo pretty much got the better. But like I said, also at the same time, you got to consider it was for Aljo's fight. He was having an open workout sort of thing going on. So was Merab kind of just not really going too hard? You would assume, right? You'd have to assume that. We got UFC 286 Vera versus Sandhagen, UFC 287, Holloway versus Allen, Pavlovich versus Blades, all in a row, and every card is really good and in front of a crowd. I'm pretty sure except Blades versus Pavlovich. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. Blades. I'm excited for this lineup. Great fights. Great fights ahead. Next weekend's main event. I'm excited for. Don't know who will win. I feel like that's definitely like the least hyped. I feel like that London card could have been a lot better, and it sucks. It's not the UFC's fault. I said fart. What the fuck? I said it's not the UFC's fault because Patty's gone. Molly's not fighting for some reason. I don't know what the fuck going on there. I don't know. Allen was injured, couldn't make the card, couldn't make the Holloway fight. So they tried to make this thing stacked. Tom Aspinall's out too. A lot of it's just unfortunate timing, sadly. Maybe they go back, do a proper one. 2 title fights. Maybe they do Allen versus Volkanovski as a co-main event. Leon versus Masvidal. Masvidal beats Burns, which I don't think will happen, but who knows? Maybe they do it next year if Leon's still the champ. But then Vera versus Sandhagen, like I said, that might be the next best fight night. I said last night's was of the year, but who knows with that one? That one's also really good. 87. Really excited about that. It's gonna be a tough April 1st. There's nothing. There is actually bare knuckle boxing, Anthony Joshua fights, good combat sports on April 1st, but no UFC. Then Holloway, then UFC 287, Masvidal Burns. Yeah, really good matchups. Honestly, they're all really good. I'm excited for Pavlovich versus Blades too. That one, not a lot of people are talking about. That I'm really excited about. People call Garcia a YouTube boxer. He has 200 plus amateur fights. I picked Tank to win, but Ryan gets his respect at the end. Yeah, definitely. Ryan Garcia is not a YouTube boxer. He definitely, obviously, he markets himself really well. He understands that this is a business at the end of the day, and it's not about how good you box. It's about how many numbers you bring most of the time. So he gets a lot of respect in that way. So yeah, respect to that, but respect to him because yes, he has a lot of fights, and you've seen he is quick. He has a really good left hook. He's quick with his hands. He's been boxing I think since he was young. Yeah, no, he's a legit dude. I think anybody saying that is just wrong or doesn't know. How do you think Jamal does versus Yuri Jan Ankalaev? I underestimated what the hell's going on with my hair right now. What the shit, bro? I don't even know what to do right now. I'm on stream right now, like what the hell? Like, I look like a sim. Am I tripping? Y'all gotta, what the hell's going on? Like, I dead need a haircut or something. Like, this hair looks like smooth as shit. I don't know, bro. I'm tripping on live stream right now. No, but how do you think Jamal? So Yuri, I mean, we've seen Yuri get hit a lot. So I actually think Jamal Hill does pretty well in that matchup, to be honest. But they both are really good strikers, so I could see either one getting knocked out. Jan, I don't know. I think Jan wins. I'll say Jan. I think Jan can mix it up. Just off the top of my head, I usually like to do a little more film study before I make these predictions. That's why I feel like I'm a little more accurate than some other people. But I would say, yeah, I think Jan could, with the power, I think you could, I don't think Glover's able to get the respect of the stand-up from Jamal to mix in those takedowns. But I think Jan can, and I think Jan could bank a few rounds. And Ankalaev, yeah, I think Ankalaev wins. Ankalaev's really good. But Ankalaev kind of annoyed me when he was, complaining about the decision, because I thought the decision was fair. I thought a draw was fair. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. I didn't think he got robbed. If anyone, yeah, I agree. If anyone should have won the fight, I get saying, yeah, Magomed. But I gave the first 3 rounds to Jan, I believe. And the last 2, I gave, 10-9 and then a 10-8. Actually, no. Originally, I didn't give it a 10-8, but then when I heard 10-8, I was like, yeah, that was obviously a 10-8. I'm tripping. Who wins if Logan and Tommy fight? Tommy. Logan isn't really good, to be honest. No offense to Logan. Logan is definitely the worst boxer. I have a video coming out. I won't say too much, but a video I've been working on all week. Like, this video was supposed to come out on Friday. It got delayed just because I found more and more. I don't know how long this thing is gonna be, but it's gonna come out soon. Maybe I'll hold it until it's kind of relevant, because it's about someone in the it's about Jake. I'll just give you guys the exclusive, but I want to wait. I have some shit. It's just, I'm not going to touch on it, but I found a lot of weird-ass shit, and I was like, what the hell? I think Jan needs to take a year-long break and really figure out what he wants to do next, and if he retires, I wouldn't mind, because he's already a 2-time champion if he can't interim title. I don't think he needs to retire. I wouldn't go that far. Maybe take a year break, and he wants to move down to flyweight properly. But even then, I think we're calling for flyweight a little too early. Like, I think the guy, he lost to O'Malley. If that was 5 rounds, who knows how that goes? We know Jan does better in the 4th and 5th round anyway. And I'm not saying that O'Malley looked tired. O'Malley did really good. I mean, I thought O'Malley won the 3rd round. It really comes down to that 3rd round, I think. Or, no, it came down to the 1st round, right? I have trouble remembering. But, yeah, it was one of those things. I think it actually came down to the 1st round. But, yeah, I think O'Malley did pretty well in the 3rd round. He cut Jan. So I think it would. That's what I'm saying. I would have loved seeing 2 more rounds. There was never. I was can we see 2 more rounds? Let's get this going. What happened to Petr Yan? I've never seen such a dominant champion fall so hard from champ level. What's your take? Is he done? No, he's not done. As I just said, not at all. I think we're calling the party too over. And also, I want to say he's such a dominant champ. I think it's a mix of this. Unfortunately, I think he was. I don't want to say he's overrated, because I'm not saying that he sucks. But clearly he was. I think a lot of people thought he was the next dude, when he clearly isn't. He has some work to do. Has some holes in his game. And clearly the grappling is somewhat of an aspect of it. But I don't feel like it's really that much. He lost, I think, the Aljo fight. Like I said, it wasn't a typical double leg. It was weird entries. His losses are very, very circumstantial. So it's hard to judge. I think Jan still beats most, if not everyone, outside the top 5 at Bantamweight. Well, I have the rankings right here. Let me break down. I'm going to go through each one. All right. He's probably ranked number 4. Number 5, Corey. We've seen him beat Corey, which is surprising. I feel like Corey is kind of a similar matchup to O'Malley. Font, yeah, he beats Cruz. I think it's a tougher matchup than I think a lot of people would pick Jan, but I think it's a tougher matchup than a lot of people are thinking of. But I'd probably go with Jan. Yeah, I'd have to think about that one, Jan, I think, though. Song Yadong versus Petr Yan would be a fucking banger of a fight. That would be a banger fight, but I don't think he'll get that. But if we're talking matchup, I don't know. I'd probably say Jan, just because of the Sandhagen fight. I kind of see Jan kind of taking a page out of his book, mixing in takedowns. Pedro Munoz, yeah, pick Jan for that one. Ricky Simone, we haven't seen enough, in my opinion, to judge. Umar Nurmagomedov, that's an interesting matchup with him. The UFC, if the UFC gives him Umar after this, yeah, the UFC definitely hates him. Adrian Yanez wouldn't be bad. Chris Gutierrez, Jack Shore, but oh no, Umar lost though. I forgot. How can I forget? He just lost, so they're definitely not going to do that. Jonathan Martinez versus Petr Yan. I don't think they're going to do that either, but let's see. I think Jan is way too big for flyweight. He is perfect size bantamweight. Yeah, if you compare him to the rest of the division. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree that he... I don't know. I agree, but to a certain extent, I agree that he is or was, but look at the other bantamweights. Corey Sandhagen, Aljamain. I mean, these dudes are big. Like, they're walking around big. O'Malley, they're huge, you know? Like him and Aljo are the same height, but the weight discrepancy definitely is a lot. But you don't think just having more power would be more beneficial to him? Well, yeah, that is a good point. Like, the power would definitely be there for Jan. Complex, well, yes, more power would be better, but you have to think of the drawbacks, which are really hard weight cuts, worse chin, and maybe even, yeah, that's the main thing. Isn't even the chin and all that, is the cardio. Jan does a really good job moving forward, pushing the pace. That's his weapon. That's like that's what he's really good at. And I feel like a lot of that would be taken away if he decides to cut all that weight, just because the cardio wouldn't be as good. He's a Tiger Muay Thai, so I think he needs to head over to AKA or something. He'll be unbeatable with a strong submission game. Yeah, I was almost wondering, would Jan go into this fight trying to get submissions? Didn't really wind up happening, but I was thinking that before the fight began. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna mix it up. I don't think, like I said, his wrestling is fine. I just think he needs to work on. I don't know who you would. I think he just needs to increase the output a little more. I think his coaches need to really push him in the gym, be like, hey, let's go, like, you're not doing anything, even though, make him be able to throw a lot more punches. And I don't know if that's something with his cardio, that he's scared that he's gonna gas out or something, but not saying he has bad cardio per se. Obviously, I think he has really good cardio, but I'm just saying, but maybe he's just afraid. Maybe he's been in those situations where he's been tired and doesn't want to be in those things again. Aljo is a welterweight who cuts to bantamweight. Yeah, he's big. That's what I'm saying. Is like, you would think, yeah, Jan is a good bantamweight, but at the same time, when you're looking at the other bantamweights, it seemed like no-brainer to have Dvalishvili fight Sugar. Pre-title fight, but I hear no commentators mentioning this. Will Sugar get a pass from facing the Georgian? Yeah, definitely not. They're not going to face. That's not the fight. Yeah, they're definitely not going to be like, yeah, Merab is the paper. No, they're definitely not. Because if Merab beats O'Malley, the casual fan base are going to be like, oh, O'Malley sucks. They're not going to understand. Like, we understand Merab is fucking really good. Like, we understand that he just dominated a dude that O'Malley almost got finished by in the second round. Like, we know that. And I feel like they're not going to want to do that. Like, if they want to risk it, maybe they would. If they wanted to risk something like that, they would have done it for like a TJ or someone with a bigger name. I'm trying to think on top of my head if anyone, but like, or a belt or a Henry Cejudo. Someone with a big name that people know is legit. I don't think they would do that. Definitely not. Did you see Dana say Merab better figure out what he wants to do and doesn't want to go down the road of not fighting Aljo? Wait, did I read that right? Did you see Dana say Merab better figure out what he wants to do and doesn't want to go down the road of not fighting Aljo? Yeah, I did see that. I wanted to actually talk about this. Thank you for reminding me. Seemed like Dana was kind of implying that he's going to cut Merab if Merab doesn't fight Aljo. Like, he just wants to see them break up as friends, I guess. But in all seriousness, I see Dana's point. But I don't know if you guys ever seen the gym that they train at. It's small. Like, it isn't like ATT. It isn't like what's the other gym? I can't think of the top of my head. But like, ATT is a really big gym and there's tons of overlaps. Killcliff, really big gym. This one is like, it's shared space. Like I've been there. It's like the size of a house almost. It's really not big at all. Even smaller maybe than some houses, honestly. It's really, really small. So I really don't think that they would, like, it's not the same as like, oh, like that. I could only imagine, like, that would be a nightmare training for like over there. Like, it really is like the size of a house, like the whole gym, and that's and no basement too. Like, it's just like there's like one floor and then a top floor, and that's really it. And it's big as shit. I mean, small as shit, rather. I don't know why I said big, but Jan is close to the most well-rounded fighter in UFC, but his weaknesses are giving up his back on the ground and no offense grappling on the ground. Maybe train at Shoot Bronx in Brazil. I really don't think the grappling is his problem, because he was defending the takedowns fine. The problem was clearly his output. And last night, it was really more of Merab. Merab was able to push him back. Merab was able to take away a lot of what makes Petr Yan good. But the Aljo fight rather, the Aljo fight. He just, I feel like Aljo won because he went in with weird entries. We saw him do well in the 4th and 5th round. Thought Aljo just did enough in that first round. Maybe we should start normalizing 10-10 rounds. But I don't think the problem is the grappling necessarily. I just think it was his output. He never threw anything to respect. Like, he's very slow. He never got the respect of Merab. Know what I mean? Is the difference really big enough to affect Jan at all that much? Thought it was 10 pounds difference. No. Whilst I agree with the factors you mentioned, I'm not sure how that applies to this. Well, I'll tell you this. Try to cut 10 pounds. Like, it's rough. It is going to be a big difference. You're going to have to diet more going into that, and I don't know how much he died. He doesn't look big, so I don't think it would be that big of a deal if he went to flyweight. I agree with you there. I don't know how much of a difference it would actually be, but it'd definitely be a difference. What I'm saying, no, it definitely will be a difference, but I think for someone like for Jan, I think it would be fine. I think you'd be able to do well. This weight difference, well, on paper it's only 10 pounds, but you have to think the fighter's weigh-in training camp. He probably cuts more 47, 150, and now 136. Yeah, exactly. He'd have to cut 10 more pounds. That's exactly what I was thinking. Honestly, didn't think Merab would get it done. Hate Merab. But congrats to him on an impressive win. Just casually slips in the I hate Merab, but congrats, I guess. Yeah, no, a lot of people hate Merab. I don't hate Merab. Hot take. I didn't think the fight was boring after the Jose fight. Yeah, it wasn't exactly the fun. I think a lot of people wanted Jose to win. Obviously, I did too. I love Jose. Wanted him to fight for the belt in Brazil. Didn't happen at all. He retired instead. Didn't even have a retirement fight. Yeah, so I don't hate Merab, but like I said, he seemed pretty chill when I met him. But he's just a quiet guy. He doesn't have, I feel like he shows personality a little bit more. Like, you see him in videos with Aljo, seems to be a lot more personable. But no, yeah, I thought he did pretty good. And now we have the Henry Cejudo title fight coming up with Aljo. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Don't think we talked about it on the channel yet because it got announced. So I'll talk about it here a little bit before we go. And we'll talk about a little bit about UFC 286. Just give you some of my thoughts, and then we'll wrap this thing up. What was I just say? Didn't I just say I was gonna talk about something before I leave? I'm literally I just had such a brain fart. Oh, about Cejudo. Sorry, guys. Henry Cejudo, Aljamain Sterling. Official May 6th, Newark, right here, just about 20 minutes away from me. It might go. I don't know. I might go. Alvarez fighting. Let me look. I don't know what the tickets are. It really depends. Newark. What is it? Prudential Center. I've never been to the Prudential Center. But, yeah, no, I would consider going. Aljo's going to defend his belt. I'm surprised it's the main event. I didn't expect that to be the main event of the evening. Oh, it's 53 minutes. I'm dragging it. Yeah, it's actually pretty far. Not that far, but yeah, maybe I'll go. Who knows? Maybe you guys will see me there. But Cejudo, I'm gonna talk about this and then look at the chat and then probably wrap this thing up. But Cejudo, that's a really interesting matchup. Cejudo with the long layoff. I think Cejudo is definitely the smaller fighter. 5'4". Like, he's smaller than Jan, and we're just talking about him going to flyweight. So, and with the layoff, I think Aljo's gonna win. I think Aljo's gonna beat him. I don't know, but Cejudo really is a smart fighter. I can see him coming in with a very smart game plan. And we have, and I think Aljo is definitely the more dangerous fighter. Cejudo is very self-aware. I saw him say that Aljo's best weapons are the transitions and things like that. Definitely, I think it's definitely gonna be. I think it's dangerous to wrestle with Sterling because he's a good enough wrestler, I think, to combat Cejudo. Even though Cejudo, I think, probably is a better wrestler, obviously, but I think grappling wise, I think Sterling will beat him there just because of his transitions. He's so fast on the ground, and his ability to get submissions quickly. What's the word? I guess get positions quickly is the right word. That's definitely his strongest weapon. was those transitions. So yeah, I would say that. And I think it's gonna be dangerous for Cejudo. But I'm gonna read the rest of the chat, talk about UFC 286, read the chat. And the 286, read the chat again, and then wrap this thing up. Thank you all for watching. By the way, I appreciate all of you. Let's see. So what did I get up to? I think Petr. I think the UFC will threaten to release Mob if he doesn't fight Sterling because it is holding a spot in the division. Like he's number 2 and doesn't want a title shot. Yeah, literally, he's gonna be number 2. That's crazy, and he's not gonna fight. Like he deserves a title shot, and just like undeniably, I think most people would say he would probably be next. But who knows? Sterling might vacate the belt next month or May. Not next month. I'm bugging. Next month in May. Well, 2 months, I guess. Defeat Henry, or maybe Henry wins. Then none of this shit matters, and Aljo's like, hey, I'm just going to go move to featherweight, Merab. None of this will be an issue then. So, who knows? We'll see next month. I wouldn't get all up in arms. I could very much see Sterling being like, hey, I'm going up to featherweight now. Peace, you know? I could see that happening. Honestly, still salty about the Jose win. Shouldn't have used hate, honestly. But he looked great last night. Reminds me of when he fought Marlon. Oh, right. Yeah, no, his Marlon performance is really good. That's definitely, up until this point, that was definitely his best performance. Merab. So I think I meant Jose. Yeah, definitely his best performance. Yeah, the Jose win, I don't mind. That was a tough pill to swallow. Someone that wanted Jose to fight in Brazil. It was tough. I think we can all agree Charles versus Beneil is the real main event, UFC 288. I'm not really excited for Sterling versus Cejudo as the main event. I wish they swapped those 2 fights. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely more excited for Beneil Charles. That's definitely a really interesting matchup. I think a lot of people are. That's definitely a good co-main. I think they'll slap another title fight on there, though. Maybe they won't. It is pretty soon. I would imagine maybe that they were going to slap. I thought maybe they were going to try to slap Ariane Aldana and Manny Nunez on there. Curious what they're going to do in June. No pay-per-view there. I think we can all agree. Oh, no, I read that. Jesus, I've used honesty 5 times in the sentence. Oh, from the previous comment. It's alright. I say weird. I say like the same shit. Like I'm like, what do I say in videos? I notice a lot. Like sometimes I'll cut it. In my opinion, I say a lot. Obviously, I say a lot. Like one time I said it back to back in my opinion. I had to cut it because I just thought it was like ridiculous. But I'm going to talk about UFC 286, revisit the chat, and we're going to wrap this thing up. But I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate everyone that's watched. There's been we've had a steady views since the beginning, so I'm really grateful for all of that. Maybe, this one was a success. Maybe we do a live stream every Sunday. I'd fuck with it. Maybe we do it a different day. Let me know. Maybe I'll change it. Maybe not Sundays. Maybe a different day. I wouldn't mind. So yeah, let's talk about UFC 286. I'll let the chat build up a little bit. UFC 286 next weekend. Most excited for obviously the main and co-main event. They moved Casey O'Neill to the main card versus who again? Oh, against Jennifer Maia. That's who. They did Joanne Keller with dirty. She was on the pay-per-view like as a featured bout. Now she got moved to like the early prelims. They were just like, hell nah. Like, never mind. And I was like, shit. Okay. I'm surprised they didn't save Ian Gary for that card. But whatever. I'm excited for the main event. Like I said, I think Leon's going to get it done. I think I'm going to do a little more watching just to solidify it. But I think Leon gets it done. Gaethje Fiziev. Good fight there. Yeah, I think Fiziev is going to... I think this is going to be like a Tony Ferguson type. Oh, shit, like his career is over. Like, we need to get this guy to stop fighting. Then after that, it's... then is that the Casey O'Neill fight? UFC, let's look. Okay, let's look. Who's next? Gunnar Nelson versus Brian Barberena. Not a bad matchup there. Oh, Daniel. Oh, right. D-Rod was supposed to fight. Yeah, I guess he pulled out. That sucks. Gunnar. Not a bad fight. It's a fair fight. Not like Brian Barberena keeps. I mean, I guess no, the RDA fight. I thought the RDA fight was going to be closer than it was. Hot take. But was not. Jennifer Maia, Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill undefeated. Had a lot of hype beforehand. What, didn't she have like a good win or something? Or am I bugging? No, she didn't. Oh my god. Her debut feels like... Why had she had such a long time off? I forgot about her debut. Oh my god. Damn, she only had one fight. I feel like she's had mad fights. I feel like she fought like 3 times last year. But I'm totally wrong. Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze. A fight I'm excited about. I don't know why that's not the feature about. But that's going to open up the pay-per-view. Don't mind that fight. Chris Duncan fighting. He had a really good contender series fight. Jack Shore fighting. Makwan Amirkhani. I said that name terribly. Mohamed Makayev returning as well. Not bad prelim card. Let's see early prelims. Lerone Murphy. Well, now they have Joanne Calderwood versus Luna Carolina. Oh, Juliana Miller, the Ultimate Fighter winner, fighting. Overall, a really good card. I'm excited for that. Next Sunday, let me read the chat. I think, yeah, maybe we'll keep them the next Sunday. I see keep doing them on Sunday morning. So I think let's do, maybe we'll do post pay-per-view this Sunday. I mean, yeah, honestly, I don't mind doing Sundays because it is after a fight. We could talk about the fight, whatever, talk about what's next in detail. I don't mind doing that. I don't think so. They confirmed Charles versus Beneil for the co-main. Oh, did they confirm that? Oh, okay. I could be wrong. I thought though it would make sense to do another title fight on there just to beef up the card. Just because I know the UFC doesn't have a lot of faith in Sterling headlining. You notice anytime like they move, they really don't want him headlining. Like I remember he was supposed to headline in March. I can't watch. You know, you can't watch it in March. What the fuck am I fucking saying? I guess you can't watch it in March. They were supposed to fight in March. Jan last March was supposed to be Jan versus Sterling 2, and because Max Holloway pulled out, they moved their fight. And I just think it's because the UFC just doesn't want them to headline. I don't think they have faith in Aljo. But I don't think Aljo would do too bad. I'm excited for the fight. I think one of you guys said you're not excited for the fight. I'm excited for the fight. I think it's an interesting matchup with Cejudo coming back. There's a whole storyline there. I am happy for UFC 286 because I can watch it live because it is a pain to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch pay-per-views, and now I get to watch it from the beginning to the end. Wow. I didn't realize you didn't watch pay-per-views live. I don't know where you're from. Are you from the UK? But I thought you were. I didn't think that. I didn't think that it was. I didn't think that you were. I don't know. I don't know where. I never thought about it. But damn, I feel like that's life changing. I never would have thought that you don't watch them live. But I'm glad for you to watch it. Yeah, it's at 5 p.m. here, 5 hours early. Like damn. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Maybe should I do it live at night? Maybe tomorrow night, or no? I'll do it live on Sunday, talking about it. So anyway, I think that's gonna wrap this up, though. Thank you guys. Like I said, thank you all of you guys for watching. We've had really good views this whole stream. I'm gonna keep this up on YouTube. Tweet this out just so everyone will see. Thank you for the donation, Sam. By the way, we'll replay it. Thank you, Sam, for the donation. Let's see. I don't know what's going on. Alright, I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, look. Subscribe. Thank you. This is an old one, though. So, I'm from Balkans in Europe. This goes to East Europe. We're 1 hour ahead from the UK, I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay. I don't know why this thing keeps playing. That happened months ago. Happened when I first did the live stream for the KSI fight. That's how long ago it was. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up though. Why does this thing keep playing? Thank God we're fucking leaving because oh my god. Oh, okay, wait. I think I fixed it. All right, it should be stopping. I don't know why this thing kept fucking going off, and if it goes off again, I'll be mad. But no, I think I fixed it. All right, well, let me know what you guys think of the live stream. You guys want me to keep live streaming? I'll definitely keep. I liked it. You know, I didn't expect so many people to join. I thought it was gonna be a 20-minute thing. I'm here 90 minutes in. Really enjoy talking to you guys. You know, that's why I do this, is to build the community, so to speak, to speak to you guys, speak to fellow MMA fans. Just, even if you guys disagree, a lot of you guys disagree, but it's fine. At the end of the day, we're going to find out. This beautiful thing, we find out who's right at the fight night. We all have opinions. Most of you guys are nice and chill. I made so much on Vegas 71. I'm so happy Petrino won. Go live more. Yeah, I'll go live more 100%. I had a lot of fun. I didn't expect so many people to join. Is this... I didn't expect a lot of you guys to join. As far as the money thing, I'll tell you guys. Have a good day. It is the morning. It is 11:30 in the morning. I started early. I usually release the videos at 10 a.m. Eastern in the morning, because I don't think a lot of, it's good. The reason I like releasing the videos in the morning, at least in the US time, is no one releases videos in the morning. So a lot of the people, that's why I feel like I've been lucky, is because most people post them at night. So I'm not competing with so many MMA channels. I'm just, that's why I like keep uploading. I did consider switching it at 7. We love you and support you. Thank you so much. I'm also going to tell you, though. My my money. I'm going to give you my how I went that day. When I went yesterday with the money. But yeah, I feel like, and that's some of the things I did consider at one point. It would have been a lot harder for me anyway to switch the times. Doing it at night is a lot better to just do it the next day and schedule it. And then that's it. I could do whatever I want the next day and just, film the video. But I made so much money. Yeah, so like I said, I was so confident that Saeed Nurmagomedov by finish ticket. I was like, yo, this is easy steals right here. Turns out it was not easy steals, because Saeed did not win by finish, and he didn't even win. Arguably did win, though, but didn't win by finish. And I was even going to put sub, but I was like, let me not get too cocky. You never know. Umar had that really good knockout, Umar Nurmagomedov, so didn't want to get too cocky there. But then I made it up, because what did I bet on? I bet on something good. Oh, I bet Ryan Spann under... not Ryan Spann, I'm sorry, Nikita Krylov, the win by finish. That was plus something. I did switch bets to Merab during the first round. Damn, yeah, you're lucky. I don't know what the odds... Oh, yeah, the odds were plus 130, though, for Merab, too. Yeah, you got a good ticket on that. That was really good odds, getting it after the first round. And then I did Volkov and Alexander Romanov under 1.5. It was plus 140. So I was like, yeah, let me go take that. Pretty good odds right there, the heavyweight fight. And I felt like, it was either going to go one of two ways. Volkov was going to knock him out early, or he's going to get submitted early. Volkov was going to get submitted. So I was pretty confident. So that's why I picked that. And it was I was good by 15 seconds. So, and then I lost money on so I think I was down overall, but I lost some money on the Jan fight. I bet Jan, and I put some money on Jan by TKO/KO, because I thought he might even, I was like, he might honestly catch him, because Rob's open sometimes. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Tons of fun streaming. I think I'll do this every Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. You guys, the show, the support. I did a live stream a while ago, and it was alright. I did alright, but Volkov messed that dude up. One on that too because of you. Oh yeah. One of that. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't so sure Volkov was going to win, just because Volkov kind of freezes up by 10 against. I find that he kind of freezes up against grapplers, and that's why I picked. I was pretty accurate when he fought Jairzinho. I picked first round knockout by Volkov, because when he's not fighting a striker, you saw his Alistair Overeem performance, and I know that was an older Alistair Overeem, but the guy just is a machine when he's not fearing the takedown, and I guess he wasn't against Romanov. And he did really good. When he's not fearing the takedown, he's a fucking phenomenal striker. He's really good. I mean, I'm gassing by saying phenomenal. He's not Cyril Gane level of striking, but he's really good. He's powerful. He has a lot of weapons. He has pretty good cardio. One championship. He should ask to be released and go compete where he belongs and won. Not a bad idea. I mean, Volkov is in a pretty awkward space. It's tough for him to get a list of wins. I have my rankings here, so we can just easily go to that. mean, a path. I mean, yeah, he's not gonna beat John. So, but assuming, because I don't think John will fight for long. I know a lot of some people have this idea that John is gonna fight for 5 years. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think John's gonna retire rather soon. I think he's maybe retire after the next one. I think maybe at best he goes for the most title defenses, then he retires. Maybe Volkov fights Tai Tuivasa, then fights Sergey. That's the way to get to the title. That's a pathway I feel like that's realistic. I could see him winning both. Oh, sorry. Oh, Jan. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Y1 over UFC. He can kickbox and do MMA over there. Y1 over UFC. Yeah, no, actually, not a bad idea. I mean, I think when you're looking at, if you're Jan, I mean, look at the PFL. They're giving away $1 million for fighting dudes that are less competition. I don't really know much about one. I mean, not about one. I don't know much about PFL, but I feel like there's definitely easier competition for Jan there. Bellator, yeah, like doing $1 million thing. Put that in your contract. Look for $1 million, dude. Make that money while you can. I think Jan's old. I mean, I think Jan's young. I mean, rather. I don't know why I meant young. I think he's like in his 20s. Petr Yan age. Let's see. Oh, he's 30. He's just turned 30 last month. Yeah, Aljo's way older. I have to go. Have a good rest of the stream. Yeah, I'm about to go too. So I'll see you later, Peter. Thank you for always supporting. One pays better than a PFL and is better league in my opinion. I don't know how much they pay, but if you're saying it, I'll take your word for it. I just meant $1 million would be not bad. I just meant on the surface, but yeah, maybe. I could see Jan looks a little fed up with the UFC, with the judging. Maybe he does go somewhere else. Like I said, Jan's kind of a salty loser, if we're being honest. Usually. Like, he looked pissed. Did y'all see how pissed he looked when he lost to Merab? Like, Merab was, like, talking to him like that. He was chatting his ear off, and he's just like, yeah, I've got to go to the back and cry. 30 still isn't too old for kickboxing. No, 30 is not old at all. I wasn't trying to say he's old at all. I just meant he's pretty. I said he was young. Yeah, I think he's a young dude. One is hands down my favorite promotion too, and the fact he can kickbox there and compete at MMA at the same time. Yeah. That's the thing about One is they have a lot of avenues. They have grappling, kickboxing, this and that. Right? They have a lot of avenues, and it's not just MMA. Jan was mad. I know Jan was not happy. Poor Jan. Let me look it up. Maybe I can put it on the screen before we go. Let's see. I look up Petr Yan. He was pissed. I can't find a picture of him when he lost, but he was definitely pissed as shit. He was like, oh my god, say not again. I just felt like, I thought like him slapping Merab, and I commented this, I think it might have been on Peter's comment. I was like, man, like, I just feel like it's more of the moment getting to him, as in, like, not necessarily, like, Merab isn't, like, a big fight for him, but it's the fact that he's lost now 4 of his last 5, or 3 of his last 5, or whatever, 3 of his last 4 at the time, and it's like, you lost that, and where are you if you lose to Merab? And I felt like it was more of, and also the matching that's Sterling's training partner, and I just felt like it was a lot of stress for Jan, more than anything. I thought that was what the slap was about, or slap, it wasn't really like a slap, but, I'm all in on One, guys, haha. UFC obviously has the deepest roster, but One puts on the best shows. Best show. Yeah. I like their, like, production value. I do. I like their walkouts. I said this, I think, in a Q&A. I think I said One is more of, like, the martial arts. Like, I feel like that's, like, if you like strictly martial arts, you love One. But if you also like the storylines, then UFC is the way to go. I feel like UFC is better for, like, a casual audience. Great channel stream, buddy. Keep up the good work. Thanks. That throat push was cold in the face-up. Merab was snapping his fingers, calling out a bitch. No, I'm not blaming Jan. I really don't care, honestly. Even if he slapped him, I really don't care. I mean, he can do what he wants. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it, of course. But, I'm just saying, like, Jan was, I just thought it was kind of out of character, and I just thought it was more of him snapping and being like under the pressure and just kind of having it all built up, all the pressure. But yeah, like I said, I think we're gonna wrap it up here, end it for today. Like I said, thank you, bro. Like all y'all, like I'm going crazy. I have 20 viewers. Like I'm not asking for that much. Like I'm happy as shit. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna start live streaming weekly now. You guys really made the live stream great. Yeah, I think Emotions got. Yeah, I agree. Emotions got to Jan. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, you're literally almost you just lost your last few after being, and a lot of them were close fights too, just losing. But like I said, thank you guys for watching. New video tomorrow, promise. Maybe we'll do live streams a little bit more, maybe more than once a week. I had a lot of fun talking to you. The direct interaction's fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys want for tomorrow. Q&A on Thursday, so comment questions anywhere. You guys can comment anywhere. I'll put them in the Q&A, because I could just see all the comments anyway. So just comment a question on not on this stream because I'm not gonna have it, but just comment on a question on a video. You guys could ask a question there, and I'll answer it on the Thursday Q&A. Go live more, bro. We love your opinions and love chatting with us. I love chatting with you guys. Like I said, at the end of the day, that's why I made this. I love talking to you guys. I love talking to MMA fans. Yeah, have a good one, you too, man. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you all for watching, even if you didn't say anything. I love the support because there's a lot of people that just were not saying anything, but still, I love that. I still love that you guys were watching. Thanks for the donation, Sam. Thanks for everything, all of you guys. And, yeah, I'll see you guys.